Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of WrestleMania on your YouTube, then you must be throbbing because there's been nothing but that the last few days. Welcome to the special edition of the Cultaholic Video Podcast, having a quick look back at WrestleMania so we get all the hits in before everyone else does. Joined as always by the half-dead Ross.
I am half alive as well.
That's a way of looking at things. The mostly dead Jack the Jobber.
I am mostly dead. No, yeah. Hi.
See, I wasn't lying.
How are you?
And me, who's going to lift this up like Atlas or his heed. So we've all watched WrestleMania live.
Hell yeah.
I watched it with my friends, and you did whatever you did.
Watched it in here, screaming and shouting.
So not with your friends. And we've had about 3 hours sleep. We're all ready to give our thoughts. So the proper Cultaholic Video Podcast, which will come later on this week, will not be as long as this show.
Essentially, yeah, we're doing this to kill a bit of time for Thursday and not put out a 3-hour podcast because we're not Joe Rogan, are we?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Not yet.
Not quite. A little bit. No,
Jamie,
little bit.
pull that up, Jamie. Oh, look at that elk. Right, carry on. Sorry.
Nice.
Maybe we should do a podcast after tripping on some shrooms or something. Get some high grade in. That would be a fun podcast.
Like
Hey man, Joe Rogan. Fine.
And it just opens your mind.
So you had some edibles. Didn't watch Mania. What did you do? Just fell asleep.
I thought Triple H came out dressed as Mad Max, but I don't know what that was about.
Best thing I told it, Dad Max. But that's way ahead of ourselves. Start off as normal people do with the start. The kickoff. Oh, sorry, the kickoff to the kickoff because there was 2 parts.
Yeah.
Because that's how impressive it was.
Yes, the second half was on the USA Network. More prestigious or something.
It was like the old Raw, where they'd go like, "Oh, now we're in the war zone."
We're competing with the Femme Nikita recaps or whatever's shown at the USA Network. And so we start off with the Cruiserweight title. Tony Nese taking on Buddy Murphy. And yes, if you are a regular watcher of my thoughts, once again, Buddy Murphy, a complete knob on 205 Live, comes out. He does one vaguely kind of bad thing where he tries to sneak attack Tony Nese just as the bell rings. And then the rest of the match, he's out all the place like he's competing in the Super J. And people are like, oh, golf clap. So again.
Whereas Tony Nese comes out and goes, "Oh, I'm dead fit, me. Look at my," as Ross pointed out, I think last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Yeah.
He can count his abs, then he's got 8.
No, he doesn't do that anymore because he's a good guy.
No, he did it.
counted
On the ramp. He's like, what? He did
in the ramp.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8 reasons
8
I'm going to be the
reasons.
Cruiserweight champion.
8
Walk the
reasons.
ring and... That's like patting your head and...
I thought he was supposed to be the babyface because he kept going to the crowd like, yeah,
This
go
is
on."
my
Yes, he
WrestleMania
was.
moment.
He was, and in many ways, it's an interesting choice because there's people with characters that people have been getting behind, like Gulak and
I know.
maybe Gallagher.
Yeah.
But then again, the Cruiserweight title is for this. It's the
Lindsay.
kickoff show. It's right. It's to do some flips and go ooh to give you a bit of a warm up.
But let me tell you, as a man with a keg in his midriff, I was lost. Didn't know who to cheer for. I was cheering more for Buddy Murphy than I was for the dick gun. Look at me 8 abs. Look at me dedication in the gym. I've got my life together. And I'm sat here watching 14 hours and 48 minutes of WrestleMania in one day, Maffew. I love me job.
Sam Driver had our pants down in this match.
Oh, he did, yeah.
We were all like going for Buddy Murphy and stuff, and he was like, "Nah, lads, I watch 205 Live every week. It's going to be Tony Nese." And I thought that was I thought he'd got too emotionally invested in it, and he was just thinking, "Oh, of course Tony's going to win," because he'd followed him on his journey. And I thought, well, of course you're going to think there's going to be a title change, but there's not. And then there was. Buddy Murphy went for it was like the old John Cena Rock finish. He went for his finisher, Buddy Murphy, and then Tony Nese was like, none of that. So,
I don't know what else to say about this match. It was just a nice little match.
it's good, yeah. Good.
That's all you can say about the Cruiserweight matches on the pay-per-view, the kickoff shows. Because warm the crowd up. Okay, that's nice. Tony Nese gets to have what Buddy Murphy had at the Australian Super Show, which was, I won the title in front of 80,000. People go, Tony Nese to 80,000 people. And that's it.
Buddy moves to the main roster now.
I was going to say, what's next for Buddy?
Big boys.
Did you see him, the briefly mentioned, because it's going to come up in the main show, but at the Hall of Fame, everyone else had their girlfriends, wives, spouses, kids, and he had Adam Brooks.
Oh,
from
that's nice.
The Australia land. And how'd they talk in Australia?
Look, I've got no idea.
Don't know. Bonza.
Ask Peyton Royce or Billy Kay.
Thank you. Speaking of women, they had a battle royal and had the exact same win as last year, with someone going out the ring for a bit and then coming back in. And
Dana Brooke, though. Over is Rover. Rover the dog. Massive fan section in New York she has, somehow, some way.
Well, she's from New York, I think, from
Is
her
she?
accent. Well, she's got a bit of a New York sounding accent, doesn't she?
It's like New York, Boston, isn't it?
Yeah.
She gets to speak once a year, so I have no idea. But yeah, I was surprised maybe it was that one promo she did where, we can't all be women like you, Becky.
I'm not a
like,
household name like you! All right.
Anyway.
Do you remember when, like, back in 2016 when they were positioning, like, her for the ladies and Apollo for the lads, like, to be the next big things?
Really?
You don't remember, like, 2016 time when
No.
they both got moved to the main roster?
Was this after or before she was Emma's sidekick? After.
After.
Right, okay.
Then she became Charlotte's sidekick.
Mm.
Then she hasn't recovered since.
Yeah, now she was no one's sidekick. Only notable were only 2 wrestlers getting proper entrances, both Naomi and Asuka, and then neither of them winning. So I had my tweet already to say, like, oh, wow, who'd have believed the person with the entrance won and they both got eliminated? I'm like, oh, don't send that.
I thought Lacey Evans was a shoo-in for this, and she wasn't even in the match. She just came out later on.
Yeah, they're saving that big thing when she actually does something
For
for
when?
a bigger show
For-
than
yeah,
WrestleMania 35.
It was perfect, though. You could have had the match 3/4 done, Asuka looking like she's going to win. Lazy comes in late like she does. Walking like a lady who's holding a fart in. And she eliminates Asuka to win. It would have been perfect for her, but no. She came out on the main show and did nout.
What did you think of Carmella as the choice of winner?
She's the princess of Staten Island, isn't she?
Ah, true. She is, yeah. Fair enough.
no idea
Sound like
what-
Michael Cole there.
Oh, Michael Cole. We'll go to him later.
Bless
Yeah.
him.
He ruined.
Oh,
Oh,
potentially.
no, it's not his fault.
Oh, no.
It's not his fault.
I reckon he was. Yeah, that's him going into business for himself. saying
What?
that. I don't think he was told to say that because
Wait,
Vince must know.
I thought you meant because his voice was
Yeah, I
going.
thought you
No,
meant
no,
so.
no.
Oh, there's something
well,
else.
Oh, there's something else.
Oh,
Okay.
we'll get
He
that soon.
ruined one of the best moments of the night, I thought.
Okay.
For the love of mankind. Anyway, the only
Oh.
other thing to not mention this match before we move on is the amazing guy who was in George Michael and Wham team of Percy Watson, Renee Young, and Mini Nigel McGuinness all commentating. And Percy Watson, for some reason, harped on about Carmella. She's someone who's just never satisfied, right? She's never satisfied, right? And then he made sure that she came out and hooked some random guy afterwards, and it was just like,
That was a dad, by the way.
Oh, right, okay.
hey,
Also,
Jack.
Sarah Logan, it was nice to see her look good for a bit.
Yeah.
I like that. You know? But it probably won't lead to anything. But if it does, then that's cool.
It was weird what they did with NXT people. Nobody, like, Kyrie Sane had a bit of offense like, for a prolonged bit, but, like, Candice was in there, gone quickly.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, a lot of the action was pretty sloppy, sadly, like earlier on. But Ember Moon hit some amazing eclipses. There was one in particular. Excuse
Off
me.
the ropes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
Liquid wrestling.
I wish she'd won, actually.
What?
And the speaking of twat, the low bridge, which was not even
Oh,
low.
and
So
Dana
poor
just-
Dana Brooke had the Volt Hour like one of the horses. Oh,
There's allowed to be crap wrestling. I don't want it to sound like we're just crapping all over WrestleMania because the pre-show's allowed to be a bit crap, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said this is the kickoff show. Yeah, there was a thought that went 3 hours sleep, ladies and gentlemen. The Raw Tag Team titles, which I'm pretty sure I've watched Raw every week this year. I don't remember them mentioning this could be a thing on this week's
No,
Raw.
this had a little
One
build.
throwaway YouTube video that you had to watch
Oh.
to make sure you understood this match was going to happen.
What was
That's
the
all they had.
What
There was-
happened in the video?
They challenged them, I think. I've know the video exists, but I haven't seen it. So, but it happened after last week's Raw.
Is this like Bret Hart versus that bloke that's just resurfaced?
Yeah, the Tom
Yeah.
right before Tom McGee versus Brett, it's going to be the Quiver Tag match, please. I'm sure.
It's on the YouTube channel somewhere. It exists. Backstage at Raw, they challenged, I think, and they accepted.
It's encrypted.
So they were like, of course, we have the Raw Tag Team titles. I'm like, really? And so I thought this happened because of Dash Wilder's amazing performance at the Hall of Fame the night before.
Nice few references dropped in there as well.
Was it obvious to everyone?
Fists.
Or-
Fists.
Heavy-
Fists is now like the
Heavy-handed.
huge fun, and they're going like that in the way of the ring, and everyone's going, yes.
Was it obvious to everyone, or just me, that Dawson and Wilder were absolutely taking the piss in this match?
Kissing the belt.
Kissing the
some more,
belts
yeah.
massively before the start of the before the bell, hugging each other all the time for a joke before the match had really got going. They knew they were losing. When Curt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are on the way to the ring, I'm sure Wilder goes like, "Yeah, that's all right, mate. Yeah, you're fine. Yep," as if like you're gonna win. It was funny, but they were taking the piss. They want to be out.
I think maybe you're looking into it too much because you know about
The
this
kisses
stuff.
to the belt were so
Yeah,
over the
they were
top.
like Rick Martel looking at himself.
Yeah, but then
They were
are they
kissing
just
the
doing their
belts
jobs right? They love the tag titles.
They were kissing the belts goodbye, Matthew.
Ah,
Asuka did it before
just
she
like
lost to
Asuka.
Charlotte. Yeah.
Nah, you like when these guys watching Avengers and go,
No,
look at scene 3.
No, watch this back. Watch this back. Dawson stands right in front of the hard cam and goes, like, honestly, I swear down.
I guess in kayfabe it could make sense that they're taking like Curt Hawkins lightly. If you want to look
Yeah,
at
it's
it.
it's
But it
Hawkins
wasn't,
Ryder.
though.
Like,
It definitely wasn't, though. They were definitely taking the piss.
They were taking the piss and having a laugh. They were.
I'll DM him afterwards, see what he says. But yeah, they had a match. I'm like, all right, cool. Didn't really care for majority of
It
it.
was a nice moment.
But then, it kicked up, and then you start doing moves on the outside. That little
brain
tornado
busters.
DDT. They're a brainbuster on the outside.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, lads, it's a kickoff show.
Yeah.
And yes, the team that looked so well organized that they didn't have any matching ring gear ended up winning the tag titles and ending the streak. The longest losing streak in WWE since MVP annoyed that piss test guy that one year. And yeah, new tag team champions. And AEW just got some new tag guys.
They'll lose them tonight, though.
But not to the revival.
Nah.
No.
To what, the guys from Saturday Night Live?
Aye.
Probably.
Colin. I like the match once it picked up down the stretch. I found the match like perfectly fine. It's more just the booking because it was nice to see Hawkins and Ryder win, but the Revival are like one of my favorite tag teams, and it's just not whether it's their fault or WWE's fault. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is.
It's just the Raw tag division, just a joke, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Big crap, isn't it? Just make one division alongside the women's belts, you'd be fine.
Yep.
Apparently, these new old designs were in New York, allegedly, according to this belt man on Twitter. Dan, the man with the belts. I don't know what his name is. But they didn't make an appearance, did they? So that must have been a crocker. So I hate him.
All right.
Heard it on the grapevine. And then we had
Yes.
another battle royal. By God,
that was really good. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Sorry.
But we really did have a battle royal next. I'm sorry that did happen.
Sort of.
Yeah. And the highlight of the match was at the very start when, again, 90% of the guys come out and then everyone gets the special entrances. So the Hardy Boys come out, and then there was a bit of a timing issue because the Hardy Boys came out. They had the late 90s gear.
Yes.
God knows how he was able to fit in that, but God bless. It looked like you gone to the airport and you have the big bags get wrapped up to make sure nothing comes
Matt
out.
Hardy's in better shape now than he has been before in his career.
That's not saying much, pal.
No.
I remember his TNA run. Oof.
That's harsh, that.
He's a wrestler. He's an athlete.
His spine
old.
and his pelvis fused together.
He's not that
really.
old. He's just like a
He
dad.
didn't just make it up to get out of that tag team with Bray Wyatt.
How would you die? It depends. I've got this horrible thing stuck to us. Charged bearded leech.
Me dad's ate me spine. What am I doing here? Me dogs ate me spine. I was about to say for a crap excuse to get out that tag team. 3 hours sleep.
My dad ate my spine.
Talk about it later on, but I don't think I've ever seen Triple H's parents before. Speaking of dads.
Oh, they're there every year.
Yeah. Are they?
I love his mom. His mom just had to say she's like the female George but happier. She's just always like,
Yeah, that's nice.
And I've got Triple H. She wrote all the dick jokes.
I can't believe that Hall of Fame speech, me. Why
Wow.
would, in the midst of this women's revolution, just get out 3 nudie pictures of old women's knockers?
That aside, thank you for bringing that up. Oh, Jesus.
I was a bit uneasy watching that, but
It's like, okay, they did one, and there was like 6. I'm like,
Billy Gunn, your pistol's not working. It happens to us at our age.
but that's what the ex
The
was.
only bit I laughed at was Shawn Michaels' wonky eye bit and the big nose bit. That was quite funny.
Triple H put on a big nose thing. This is a bit redundant, isn't it? And then like, look, stop crowd chants. Vince McMahon. No, stop mentioning him. He'll hire every single one of you just so he can fire you. And then Billy goes, that's great, because he can't fire me. Crowd, yay. He'll hire that pisshead company just to fire you, Billy.
You put executive vice president in front of your name anyway to make himself sound important. I think it was another one.
Too
wasn't it?
sweet. Whoop, whoop.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
sweet. Whoop, whoop. We didn't actually do that.
I
What
hate
we
that
did
shit.
was cool.
Mad Max. But then go back to the Battle Royal.
Right.
The Hardy Boys came out. And then it cuts to, the panel of Sam Roberts, Jonathan Coachman, and Booker T, of the list of people they don't want anywhere near the product. And they kept on talking for a bit, went in the ring, kept on talking for a bit. Hardy Boys themes, we played for about 5 minutes now, and everyone in the Battle Royal is just like,
Yeah, what was this about?
getting cold.
It's a good song to warm up to, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do the like, I'm at a club, and the song that's on I don't like, but I don't look like I don't belong here.
What was that about? Yeah.
It's just a timing issue.
I assumed there was like an advert break on the TV, but not on the network.
Probably possible.
That's probably why, isn't it? On the USA Network at the same time.
Sorry for ruining the magic of botchiness.
Sorry, Joe. I'll just cut you out. What else happened in the Battle Royal? And then a bunch of stuff happened.
Braun.
And Braun.
I liked the
Shredded.
I liked the shot when he was coming out of the 2 SNL lads at the back of the crowd looking nervous. That was a good bit of like camera work. That I enjoyed it. but the action in this match was better than
There
the
was
women's one.
almost
but
2
the,
deaths.
But the booking in this
Oh,
match,
God.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali.
who?
Lindsay.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Ali. Beg
Thank
your
you.
pardon.
It's a professional podcast.
And
Oh,
Lindsay
with the
don't-
return of Luke Harper, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Looking real
Did you
trim.
see him on do a Death Valley drive? Was it Death Valley drive? A Michinoku driver off the apron to the floor. I can't remember. which
In
one
this
it was.
match?
No, in the
Oh, Dijak.
Donovan Jajabet
Mm.
against him on Saturday.
No.
Was it Saturday or Friday at Access?
Are those matches going up, or is this just like
No,
fan
no,
Oh, I
it
footage?
was
forgot
on
about
fan-
friggin' access.
Fan footage on Tweddell.
Mm.
He did I think it was a Michinoku driver off the apron to the floor.
Oh,
That's wicked.
Great. If there hadn't been enough friggin' wrestling this week. I mean, great for Luke. But yeah, if you didn't watch it, Luke Harper started to
Sorry,
suplex.
who? Harper.
Oh, his name was... No, I thought it
Yeah.
was just a Bludgeon Brothers thing because...
Oh, maybe.
Is Rowan Eric Rowan?
No,
What
he's
is
Rowan.
Oh, okay, my button. Okay, Harper and fall victim of my own crappy joke.
Ha.
Rowan had Ali for a suplex.
This sounds so stupid now.
Right, sounds
Bro
lame.
had big Al.
And then was it Braun gave him a kick.
Aye.
And then, suplex to outside, nearly a brainbuster, and then they hit the announce table on the
When
way
he
out.
sat up, yeah. He went,
But then just before that, Lindsay Dorado died as well. One hell of a bump
Oh,
he took on
he
the
did,
floor.
aye, God.
Like PCO.
Was he the one who got thrown out immediately?
It was near the start. I don't think it was
bloody
immediately. though.
Lindsay. Yeah. I
It was after Ethan Carter the third, though. He went early.
Oh, really?
What is
Okay.
the point in him? In WWE, I mean, not just in general.
So
I can't believe.
I think he
Wait,
offers
right,
a lot.
He's a very nice guy. I can't believe he did more in NXT than like Raw/SmackDown, but whatever.
Yeah.
But then the Saturday Night Live crew did their thing. Did their thing. He had a football jersey of the teams that New York or New Jersey are feuding with. I don't
right.
know. I don't care.
I can. Oh, right. You don't care. All right.
Oh, no,
that's
but
fine.
please tell the audience. 'cause
No,
I'm
I
sure they
just
care.
there's an American football player called Odell Beckham Jr. He's a big deal, and he recently transferred or was traded from the New York Giants to the Cleveland Browns, and he came out wearing a Cleveland jersey with that guy's name on the back. There you go.
I love how easy it is in America. Oh, how do you know he's a bad guy? Hey, that's not our football
Oh,
team.
Jermaine Defoe came out in the Metro Radio Arena wearing a Sunderland shirt. They nicked that during WWE's tour.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
It's
and I came
it's
out.
exactly the
I
same.
came out in North wearing a Sunderland shirt as well. So nothing's. I did. No one threw anything. I was very disappointed.
Anyway, Braun won. After, I admit, once he got down to two Saturday Night Live guys and Braun, and then Braun missed the big kick, and the guy went, oh no,
There was
oh
a
no.
split second, like, where he gave him a good tug, like, oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the therapist bit, which everyone went, Shelby. Oh, that's not.
No, that's the most indie wrestler looking man I've ever
Right.
seen. He looked a bit like Chris Sabin, but older. But
Chris
younger,
Sabin.
but younger. Yeah, I get. Yeah.
But he took a massive bump, didn't he, Colin? Over the top rope
Yep.
onto some men.
Eh.
All
for-
credit to him.
For a split second, like the bump we're getting to later on with Miz and Shane, it just showed Braun throw this guy out. So like, oh my God, he's gone mental. Oh, a bunch of wrestlers, right?
I like the tights, though. Colin had anti-Braun
They were cool.
Strowman logos on.
Yeah.
The other guy had both their heads on.
Did Michael Che take him? Did he get punched off
got
the?
punched
Ah,
there,
right,
fair
fair
enough.
It's
enough.
like the safest, but he took the cane bump off the apron. He was, right. He was all right.
The Mega Ran bum.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that as well?
Yeah, I saw that as well. I got cross at him, and then
Oh, you got cross with him?
I
Why?
was like, take a bump, Mega Ran, realizing I've got no right to be like demanding.
Because
a
he
Mega
had
Ran
one
thing.
appearance at NCL, he's like, Mega Ran. Disrespecting the business. But yeah, there was no else here. Braun Strowman with the prestigious Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy.
That he struggled to lift.
Mm.
I
Does-
thought
no,
that, like,
well-
it looks like it's plastic, and I was like, Baron Corbin stood next to it doing that. Mojo, Big Show doing that. Now I know why.
Oh, it's real gold. And then at the WrestleMania packages, I liked what they did with the Shakespeare quotes.
That was a
And
cool video.
Doing the thing where it's like they have the camera do the exact same shot and have wrestlers do the thing, so it's the camera's moving. It's like, technical, nice. Yeah.
Nice.
They are nice, though.
No giant Statue of Liberties though, like WrestleMania 29.
No, I think they need to do it. Like when Nike used to do class adverts. Like,
Jogger Benito.
yeah.
Pat Below's Mambo.
Oh,
Is that the Portugal Brazil one?
Yes.
And the
Through
one,
the airport.
And the one. Oh,
No, that's before that one.
Oh,
The what?
with the play in
The
hell.
one where the referee ends up snapping Ronaldinho.
Yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
when the
That's
before the
right,
game,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And the one where is this also like the one on the boat with Eric Cantona and Elvis? Ding, 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 ding,
In the
ding,
cage.
ding,
Oh, it's-
ding,
yeah,
yeah,
the-
yeah, yeah.
Less-
Push
less
to
conversation.
100 wins.
Oh yes,
Less
yeah.
conversation.
Right, we need WWE need to do a watch those early 2000s Nike videos and get on it because they were
Yeah,
class.
up there with the Guinness adverts.
So good.
Moving on to wrestling. So Alexa Bliss, who it was weird. It was weird hearing Coachman describe her like one of the greatest female wrestling champions of the modern times, and I'm like, wait, what year is it? How long have I been watching this? Because he trained Alexa Bliss like she was deed.
I like Alexa Bliss.
I want to know if she's retired or not. I'm getting a bit worried, mate.
She did an interview recently with TMZ Sports just before WrestleMania where she said,
Well,
"No,
they
I'm,
do it to
I'm
an
to-
airport at 3 a.m. So I put a microphone in front of her.
She said, I'm totally healthy. I've been wrestling on house shows and stuff, and I'm gunning for whoever wins the main event." But it sounded like a bit of a kayfabe answer. But apparently she is fit to wrestle.
That's all right,
They just don't let her.
Has she actually been on house shows?
That's what she
First
said,
time
I
I've
think.
heard. I don't know, whatever.
But
Come
she was a competition winner here, getting to pose with her favourite wrestler, Hulk Hogan. She never disappoints, Corey Graves said. And out came Hulk Hogan. I was disappointed. I don't know about you. I didn't want to see Hulk Hogan here.
The only reason I'd want to say Hulk Hogan is him coming out and messing up his words. And boy, let me tell you.
He messed up a joke about messing up the words.
I mean, perfect. He couldn't have written it better. He literally couldn't have written it better
Oh, it's
himself.
the Superdome, innit? Not the Silverdome.
No, he said that on purpose. That was,
Yeah,
that was-
Yeah, because that's a reference to him messing up WrestleMania 30.
yeah.
Oh, what did he say?
He said
He was,
MetLife.
here I am at the Silverdome. He went, wah, wah.
Yeah.
And then that was a joke. And he went, here I am. And the camera, like, he's here. And the name of this thing is on the side, so you can see it. It's a perfectly framed shot. So it's even like they put that there for Hogan to not mess it up.
Yeah.
Here I am at the MetLife Center.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
MetLife Stadium. and he was
bollocks.
letting-
I missed that off my video.
I was waiting for the third bit when he goes, "Just kidding," but no, he didn't.
carry
That
on,
was-
I'm like-
yeah.
You messed up the oh, perfect. You daft racist. And
Big E's forgiven him now. Aye.
everyone was like, oh, that's a sign that the New Day are going to turn on Kofi, because look at this.
Oh wow!
Wait, what?
Oh wow!
Hey, first of all, how dare you say the New Day are going to turn on each other? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's sacrilegious.
Yeah, you can't be saying that.
But we got a solid Orton versus Styles match to start the show.
No, we didn't.
No,
what
we
are you
didn't.
on about?
I'm not. Wow, it was such a huge moment. I've missed off my notes. Paul Heyman came out to the Real American theme.
Yes,
They kept on
and
playing
it
it.
was such a cool moment with him just striding past them. That saved it for me because it felt really unplanned because the camera didn't really focus on him for a bit, and I was just like, "Who's that?" And then, it's good.
Like, you should put on his CV about how professional he is. Like, I came out to Real American WrestleMania, didn't crack a smile. I'd be like, rip this shit. Got in the ring and said a bunch of stuff about Brock going to Las Vegas.
Where he'll be ultimately appreciated.
Oh, is that what he said? Ultimately,
Oh, I thought it was an AEW reference. So
No, UFC. That's where they're based.
Yeah,
Oh,
UFC.
Christ.
Do you think he meant AEW?
Well, because I was talking about freaking AEW all during the DX.
No.
Oh, ignore those blinks then. Pathetic. So once it now, Rollins had the big ass Beast Slayer thing. People, ooh, and came out and got beaten up by Brock because that's how life happens. Brock bounced around. That poor guy had a big old bruise on his back.
Yeah.
And then Rollins gave him 3 curb stomps and pinned him.
It
happened.
He punched him in the dick when the referee was down, and then he.
And how good was this? He hit the ref. No, sorry. Ref's like, uh-oh, Brock's coming. Gets out the way. Doesn't like fly out of the ring or whatever. Then he hits him. So when the referee came back in, I'm like, is that a replacement ref? They have at ringside or something. He's like, no, it's just the ref going, no, I'm all right, guys. So he was able to.
They should do that more, those referees, instead of being made out of paper. But one of the German announcers, by the way, has Rollins thrown at him at millions of miles an hour. Doesn't phase him. He's fine. Hardest man in the world.
First bring the technique and it got back up.
It was thrilling. A thrilling opening to the show.
Yep.
Loved it.
Oh, it was brilliant. Brilliant. Proper brilliant.
Good
Have some
things.
jam sandwiches.
And then we had Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. And a surprisingly long match, but I guess these are all, that's the thing that we was aiming for.
Dream match, this, man. Dream match.
Was it? We already had it,
Apparently,
like 2 years ago. But anyway, yeah. And it's like, again, Orton's weird because you watch SmackDown and you get really hyped in because he always gets these really cool lines. You know, instead of like, oh, when you were at little indie shows wrestling for hot dogs, what was I doing? Oh, I was at WrestleMania wrestling Undertaker and all this. It's like,
why don't you take your ass down the street to Joey Ryan's penis party? If he'd said that, that would have been my day, but he didn't.
Wrestle for Game Changer Wrestling, parts 1 and 2. And but then you watch the matches and they're always like this. They're always snail-paced. 17 minutes of sweat. I'm like, oh, wait, man.
It felt like an all right SmackDown main event.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you're going to get from this point. But I did like the teasers of the, come on, Diamond Cutter.
They're good at them,
like,
too, aren't they?
Yeah. So not exactly Thrill a Minute, but I did like the finisher teasers.
Well, there was one little bit of the match that I really enjoyed, and it was when Orton was getting backed into the corner, the ref was behind him, and he made sure the ref was behind him, and then he went, and just poked AJ in the eye, and I was like, old school, veteran smarts from Randall, really good.
Point at head, smart like wrestler.
Not like get out your seat and have a great time smart moments, more just like, right that time moment. It was all right.
I see he's apologised on Twitter for the blinding light that happens every single pissing year. We got attacked at WrestleMania 33. Our eyes.
We were in a light section. Were you in a light section?
No, we were one of the ones below that. So it's very surprising to see that WWE still does this every year, and you're like,
it seems
you know this. And there's people showing the photos, and it's literally like, you know, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where it's just blackness and then 2 blinding lights. So it wasn't like, oh, it's just slightly inconvenient. You literally couldn't see the ring.
Yeah, we had. It was a massive blue one. Made us miss like the first hour of the ring. Like you couldn't see what was going on barely. But it happened to TakeOver on Friday as well.
Right.
First time it's happened indoors, I think. I've never heard it happen indoors.
Yeah, I've just realised the match that it totally ruined for us was the women's one, the 4-way, Bayley and Charlotte and them, which I've just realised means that I lied to Bayley because when I met her, I went, oh, I loved your match at WrestleMania. Well, I didn't see it.
That's why you liked it.
Yeah.
You'd be sarcastic.
Is that when she was in a bad fettle?
She was tired.
It was such a sad sight.
She was really tired.
It was on the Wednesday, like after WrestleMania. She was just in a hotel complex thing. She was sat at the bar, 2 bottles of beer on her own.
Oh, she was having a great time.
Oh, it was such a sad sight.
She had her bags with her and stuff. She was clearly just making a little stop, and then she was about to head off. I don't think it was that sad, you know.
She had I'm about to go too far there.
If you just wrestled at WrestleMania and then the Raw after, and all the fans had left, and you think all the fans had left, you'd go and have a chill at the pool and just have a beer.
It's Bayley, women's champion Bayley, and now she's just sat having a couple of beers on her own. Where's her friends? That's what I was more concerned about. Where's Sasha Banks?
Yeah, that's true.
They've all got lists to make for WWE.com.
They were feuding at the time.
Were they?
Kayfabe.
That's why she was drinking. And anyway, before we continue burying poor Bayley, she's trying to enjoy a drink by herself. The crowd were chanting, "Can you please turn the lights off?"
They were chanting, "Can you
please turn the lights off?"
I don't mean an inconvenience to you, but
can you please turn the lights off?
I want to save money on the leggy.
Please turn the lights off.
Yeah, that was exactly it. And then the next match was
Styles won. Do you think that was the right decision?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Ross.
We could have gone both ways, couldn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was probably on balance the right decision. Yeah.
Now, I'm fond of Orton doing a thing on SmackDown, the TV being great, having a match that I forget, and then something else happens. Yeah, it's fine. The Usos defeated Aleister Black and Ricochet, still have a name, and still being booked from NXT. Sorry, not booked, bailed. Yeah.
Bailed.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, bailed.
Hail bailed.
Like I said, 3 hours sleep, piss your brain are like, nah, I'm not having it. Billed from NXT, despite not having NXT graphics. Rusev and Nakamura, who also don't have a name. And The Bar, who do have a name.
I thought Rusev and Nakamura were going to win from the entrances, because you know how during WrestleMania some of the wrestlers are really hyped during their entrances because it's WrestleMania. I forgot that, and I just thought Rusev was really hyped because he was going to win, because he went, and I was like, oh, they're not going to do this. This will be like Jinder when he won the US title. Not that I don't like Rusev and Nakamura, but in this match.
Yeah, okay.
But nah.
Yeah. Speaking of the entrances, Nakamura came out with a jacket so huge that I legitimately thought Rusev was going to pop up underneath.
You need to go on the behind-the-scenes gallery on WWE.com. There's a picture of Nakamura with the coat. It looks like there's several people inside of it, the way it's spread out. It's a lovely picture.
Yeah, that'd be great. He wears that to the ring, doesn't tag out, comes in and like Hornswoggle come out.
Not after his match with Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
Oh,
good Lord.
God.
I can't believe I fell for that.
I thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
He didn't win.
Oh.
Scott, do you not see it?
Not yet. I watch DCW and nothing else.
Before the match, Scott Steiner goes, "Play the music I requested," and they play "Short People" by Randy Newman. Genuinely, that happens. Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs.
Like, you effing little, you effing
mother
dwarf.
effing, you're short. Just spends the whole match just doing that.
You take your 23.5 centimeters.
Yeah.
Anyway, this match was fast, furious, full of cool moves. Cesaro got to show off what he does, and
My
have the rest
God.
of the people going, why isn't he like champion?
Yeah.
And yep, Sheamus got to do the club
Yeah.
a lot of times.
That was a fantastic moment. That.
yeah,
How long did it go on for?
Oh, loads.
not
of
long
seconds.
enough.
But that little bit, the spinny round the tilt-a-world round the world thing.
Oh, with Ricochet
Yeah.
and Cesaro. Oh,
Unbelievable, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone got their stuff in, as you say, and looked great.
There was a
And-
weird Tower of Doom, not a normal one. It was like
Yeah, so Ricochet could land on his feet, kind of, or
And
tumble.
roll through.
It's actually
It still
the
looked
safest way.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I was like, all right, cool.
yeah.
I got screwed though. Lost my championship because of this match. The wrong Uso pinned.
The wrong Uso pin.
Aye.
Really?
Aye.
You made that up?
No, it's true.
Is it actually the wrong
Yeah.
Uso? All right.
They made a tag like a second before the finish, and then the wrong Uso pinned. I
Referee's
think it was
decision.
Jay got in there when Jimmy should have been. I think I got that the right way around. It's the
Referee's
right way in the video.
decision's fine. I'm
Jade, we
afraid.
should have jimmied. But yeah.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins punched Brock Lesnar in the penis, so he shouldn't have won.
Oh, he said he was
Should've
going to do
DQ.
anything to get the belt.
That's
so
true.
That's fine, yeah.
Fair enough.
And you did. Huh?
Well in rules.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hopefully the Usos versus Ricochet and Aleister on their own. I think that'd be really good.
Do you think the reason why they haven't merged the tag belts together is because SmackDown's like, no, we don't want any part of the Raw tag team division. Thank you very much.
See, I think they're going with the Hardys. I think that's the only reason Hardys weren't in that match now, because like they were summer program with the Usos, because they did more than a couple of nudges like a few weeks ago, with the Usos going, "There's another team called the Hardy Boys."
You're right, they did do that.
Remember that?
That exact tone, yes.
Yeah. There's a team called Sanity, and there's another one called the Cologne.
Where was
It
Sanity?
turns out every team they mentioned got beat up. Like, oh,
Where was Sanity? Because I thought they were going to be in the Battle Royal or to help Shane during the
that's
Miz
how
match.
they did that, yeah.
But no.
Like the modern
They
day
were
Mean Street Posse.
heavily odds on with the Mean Street Posse to help Shane.
With the
Was
Main
Sky-
Street Posse, they were odds on.
There were two options you could have in that market, and there were Sanity and the Mean Street Posse, both odds on.
Well,
Imagine that if all six of them came out at the same time.
Wow. And
What's
then,
wrong
then
with
Miz
you
beat
with
up all of them.
You hear a Pete Gas, obviously. He's got his book out.
Yeah, because he followed everybody. Just
Joey
tweeted about it.
Abs, I think you hear of him from time to time. But where's Rodney?
You remember about the fourth guy?
No.
He was the fourth guy.
Shane
Look at
McMahon.
some of the old Sunday Night Heats when they're making their debut. There's another one I can't remember the name of who they just like quickly forgot about and like just like cut out all the dialogue over. They do these like
Oh.
little skits and just go, oh, forget about him. He's no longer
Mark
around.
Jindrak.
Yeah, yes, he was the Mark Jindrak of the Mean Street Posse. Like, he's one of those like answer to a trivia question, but anyway, he wasn't there either. And yeah, honestly, Shane McMahon versus Miz, I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Oh, my God.
But then I didn't realize how tolerable and entertaining Shane McMahon is when he's the bad guy.
It's all making sense now.
Yeah, it is.
He's
Yeah.
doing the same thing when he was a babyface, but now he's dressed in black and he's a heel, and it all makes complete sense, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, because him coming out and going, it's the conquering hero, Shane McMahon. No, crap punch, crap punch. Everyone going, oh, it's like, whatever. But him as a bad guy going, crap punch, crap punch. Ha, ha, ha. It's
See,
like, oh, it's so much better.
Yeah, his Tron was just a massive bison dollar. It was so good. And like, there was the bit where he made Greg Hamilton, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And he said Greg Rutherford. Who's that? The triple jumper.
Yeah, sure.
I think
Carry
so,
on.
yeah.
He made Greg Hamilton say his name loads of times.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
best in the world. So good.
Did that thing, didn't he? Like an orchestra man. A conductor. That's what I'm looking for. That's
Orchestra
the word.
man.
Orchestra
Yes.
man.
Orchestra man. bon.
Groupier. Lord Mayor's
Lord Mayor's
groupier.
croupier.
Yeah, then the dad got involved.
Oh my
Oh,
God. George!
Yeah. No.
I asked Maffew this before, but did you feel sorry for George at any point in that little exchange?
Yes.
Did you?
When everyone was laughing at him in here. But what do you mean? Like he's not very good at getting sympathy for himself?
Yeah.
I
He's
felt-
terrible at it.
Yeah, I felt like, oh, he's trying to protect his son finally, you know?
That's what they were going for. Like, go on, George, get stuck in there, 68-year-old man, gets the piss beat out of him. Oh, I feel sorry for him. But no, it's just laughing.
I didn't feel particularly sorry. I felt like Shane was more of a dick because he beat him up and he's
Yeah.
clearly defenseless. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand why they get him involved. He just a public humiliation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It is, isn't it?
Now to set up that the mixed tag match with the Aggressors and the dads.
I hope so.
Once they headed into the crowd and got up to the...
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yep.
It was... Miz was just chucking him around.
I don't understand that.
Go on.
That bump he took over the guardrail onto the
Oh
golf cart
my
onto the floor,
God.
that didn't go right. He
Like-
can't have meant to do that.
Come on, Miz, push me off. I'll land on that table. And he's bouncing. Oh, it's a golf cart.
Oh, they didn't use the golf... They can't tease a golf cart
Yeah.
and not use it.
It's the best death via golf cart I've seen since Jackass the movie. Awesome. But then, yeah, so then, like, Miz is like, you touched my dad, and it just beats the hell out of him and says like, oh no, I don't like this. So it gets beat up, punch, and everyone's like, yay, go around there.
So good.
And they go around all the different announcing countries. It's like going to the Epcot Center at Disneyland and eating at all the different places. Oh, in Germany. Oh, in Spain. Oh, in South Korea.
I really wanted the Miz to do a rock and get on one of the headsets and be like, I'm here whipping Shane's ass, but he didn't. But it was still really
I'm going to
good.
beat Shane McMahon. Eine Deutsch. And then eventually they kept on going. Shane's like, no. Climbs up like the...
You just said, I'm going to beat Shane McMahon, one German.
Yes, that's right. That's what I meant to say.
Might be auf Deutsch, I'm not sure. But anyway.
Mrs. German isn't very good.
No,
it's one of the big criticisms I have about Mrs. is pathetic German. So Shane McMahon tries to escape by climbing up the lighting rig. I think lights come off at one point, and yay! Shane turns face.
Camera guy did not look comfortable up there. He was like, "Whoa, I wasn't told about this."
Yeah.
You see the hard cam dude?
He looked as comfortable as the guy that Naito Irish whipped in a Bushi into a Ring of Honor show.
Oh yes.
It was harder than the German man who took Seth Rollins.
Because he squared up to him, and I was like, "Play the game."
He must be getting all of the security jobs now. That man, hard as proverbial.
Yeah, people are now sending gifts as CVs now. It's awesome. But yeah, got up, and it's like, no, please, miss, no. It's like, oh, great, gotta get him. Gives him a suplex. Like
I thought it was
Egypt.
a fantastic finish the way they did it.
And then, yeah, maybe they had the wrong shot, because if they'd zoomed in a bit more, it would look more impressive. But all the way back, it's like, that's a giant crash pad, isn't it?
Yeah, but it was still.
Man, I knew they were going to do a crash pad.
They're
It's not
human beings with families, for Christ's sake.
You've been watching too
What
much GCW.
more do you want?
Watching too much Nick Gage.
Oh, Joey Janela would have jumped off. He's like, what? One table, 30 foot down. But yeah, no, and then Shaman got the pin, so even more reason to hate him. So we're justified by our hate.
Yeah.
I saw a Joey
Loved
Janela,
it.
but just literally on the way to the office, I saw a Joey Janela video he put up on Twitter. It's him in the queue for a meet and greet, like going like, "Who are you guys waiting for?" And they go, "Enzo," and he goes, "You guys are assholes, aren't you?" Yeah.
What was the Ring of Honor show? Anyway.
That was a shoot. Nah.
Of course, because they said shoot, so that means it's real. Machine. Where am I at? Oh, then the poor women's four-way tag had to follow this, which I think is just cruel. So I think they did the best they could, considering there was near feud, near real build, other than, yay, Beth Phoenix. And the fact that they went, every year they do this. I don't think I'm being too cynical, but all right, Natty, time to remember you're more successful, older people on the network, some of whom are dead now, so you, like, it's just poor her. She kind of go friggin' 3 seconds without having to be said, oh, I'm Natty. And someone would, Bret Hart's daughter-in-law or whatever.
Beth can still wrestle.
Oh, yeah,
it's good.
They look good, but it was just, hey, she was an advert for the network.
Yeah,
which is better than the other people in the race, because Tamina and Nia were just an advert for sleeping aids.
What was wrong with Tamina at the start?
She's always like that.
Nobody meaner than Tamina. She was going radio rental to watch somebody. Nia couldn't hold her back. It's the most emotion she's ever showed, ever.
Someone said she was a good wrestler, so she took umbrage. God, I mean, tell you what, you're getting ready for a 7-hour show. That's the thing you don't want to see is the Tamina match.
too horrible about.
But I don't care about.
You're kidding, right?
We got the right winners in the end.
I was going to say, yeah.
I was elated.
No,
yeah, again, it doesn't help that they had
I
a-
disagree
sorry.
with this. No, go on. No, it's all right. No, go on.
I was going to say, it didn't help them as well. Like, again, no huge bill, whatever. And it was a second 4-way. And the first 4-way was like nuts. And this was just like, okay, it's all right. But at least the IIconics won, because they're easily the most interesting tag team of the 4. Right. Oh, Jack's just had a bad thought. What's up, Jack?
No, I'm just thinking, like, I thought that Bailey and Sasha were going to take the belts to NXT and everything and defend it against Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, you know? I just wanted that.
Why do you think that was going to happen?
Because they went on NXT and said, we're going to take the belts here and defend it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did do that.
Yeah, that's right.
But apparently it's not happening now unless they win them back, but I don't know. I like the IIconics. I think they're funny and really good characters, though. Like they would have been my second choice to win, I think. Yeah.
Actually, it'd be fine. Those women are fine. They have a feud. Oh,
Yeah.
6 months of free wrestling training for Tamina. And what else happened? Is it time for the big match? It is time for the match. Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Oh,
Yes.
genuinely so happy to watch this match.
Yes.
So
Kofi's...
let's wait for the police sirens to go past. Can you hear that? Because they're loud here.
What's going on?
Scott Steiner! Hot Dog's not here.
Oh, just...
That's all right, I did
Right.
Kofi, Kofi's like, it's all. I mean, what more can you say that hasn't already been said? But like, he's been, like, was it 11 years? I think he had 11 on his gear as well. Was that what that meant? Was that what that was about? He had the word 11 on
or
his.
he was going at 11.
Oh right,
I don't
maybe.
know. I don't know what it meant.
Nah, because he made his debut in oh wait, yeah, he did, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 11. Thanks, Kofi.
And it was so good. I felt like the ending was almost like, I thought it was going to be a near fall. I was almost like, oh, he did it. But then, to be fair, I don't mind that they've really slowed down the finish because it sort of helped savor the moment, I guess. It was cool. And the bit with the New Day sorted out Rowan for him as well. Really good. Yeah.
Again, people watching it with, it was great to watch him, but they were like, oh, Big E's going to turn. I'm like,
whoa.
what?
Did everyone
Have you
think
not
that?
been watching the
Yeah,
New Day
no.
all these years? No, they will never turn. And again, the idea of just taking a step back and going, God, I've been watching Kofi Kingston since he was in ECW on Sci-Fi and he was just a springy Jamaican. And then he got on the main roster, beat Jericho for the IC title, had a bunch of tag teams with R-Truth and Evan Bourne, and then just kept on going around. Then the New Day kind of warmed him back up because just this guy on the roster you like, kind of like, but was never going to succeed. And then it's just year by year they've mentioned, now we're going to the Rumble, we're going to help Kofi win.
Yeah.
But what if you guys end up being that? No. Well, then we'll leave, and then Kofi will win. It's just like, just the little spawn, the idea of like, oh yeah,
I remember
Kofi
when
Kingston winning the title, and it actually happened. So I'm comparing it to when you saw like Bret Hart start off in the Hart Foundation and gradually gone up, or like Edge with Edge and Christian gradually gone up over the years. It's been so long since I've seen somebody start from the very bottom to the very top of the company.
It's really like, I don't know how long the reign's going to last, but but you can never take that away from him now. He's always going to be WWE champion. Him and Jinder. Yes. It's different to Jinder. Jinder's the last person that we saw work their way up from the... Do you mean a good... do you mean like...
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I had a beautiful moment there, and it's just been run over by Jack.
No,
the careless driver.
No, Kofi's better than Jinder. No offense to Jinder fans.
Don't say
I
that.
don't.
Speaking of careless drivers, we've got to mention the Ricket WWE shop did halfway through the match.
Oh.
Unbelievable scenes.
Who's on friggin' WWE shop midway through a fucking pay-per-view, though?
Who's uploading stuff to WWE shop halfway through a pay-per-view?
I mean, yeah, obviously, that's like, why? But, okay, this is how I watch pay-per-views now. I will continue to do this. After matches happen, I'll tweet something about my thoughts, something wacky, or I'll do a Pachiti and just say something like, am I the only one who likes to drink of water? Or whatever. I get 10,000 retweets.
No.
Effortless.
He's gone there.
Retweet this if you like Sonic the Hedgehog. You're like, oh, all right, mate. But they're not denying it. But then, because if you weren't one of those people or on their phones during a match, which I know lots of people do, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but it does mean you avoid stuff like this, because both Ryan Satan, I'm definitely using Satan rather than Satan, and Meltz shared that friggin', New Day everything. And then people countered with, but Daniel Bryan has a shirt out that says still the champ.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the idea is that. I'm like, well, who was looking for an effing Daniel Bryan shirt during this pay-per-view? So
I think like...
But you can't just upload something and hope nobody's watching.
I know. Why wouldn't you just wait?
Yeah,
Why don't you just wait a few minutes?
Yeah. As soon as Big E went, ha-ha, here's your present in the surprise box.
Yeah.
Then upload it.
Yeah.
But I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
6 and 2 3s, and I do agree with you all. Leave your phone down during a match.
What do you guys do when you're watching wrestling? Then
Will we react?
We reacting here.
Yeah, but on
when we're not
on Twitter, like
I'll tweet like occasionally, just to get followers and that.
Oh yeah, of course.
But not as frequently as like the lads you've mentioned. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you learn anything, then it's Kofi Kingston's mint.
And tweet in moderation.
Yeah.
Tweet sensibly.
Oh, and also because I've
unfollow Satan as well.
Unfollow Satan. Yeah. Listen to Jesus. Unfollow Satan. Also never mentioned, because I had a mate from South Africa who was like, said a few weeks before, going for Kofi Kingston to win, and everyone call him African American and all this, first African American champion, blah blah blah. He's not. He's African. He's quite straight. He's quite keen on emphasizing that.
I think only Kofi can really determine that.
The South African guy was pretty sure. He was,
I mean, I trust Kofi Kingston's word over your mate.
Putting my foot in my mouth.
No.
I think I might be. Let's move on. And then Samoa Joe defeated Rey Mysterio in a match that went a minute.
Good.
So me and my mate spent longer debating if he was dressed as Mysterio, the comic book character, or Green Goblin.
Yeah, what was he dressed as there? Was it Mysterio? Because that would be really cool.
I thought he was supposed to be, but without the big glass head, it's
I know.
just green and
He's
yellow.
my favourite Spider-Man villain. I like Mysterio.
Mysterio as Mysterio is like, oh,
I know.
Like, really?
But
This hasn't been done before? Oh.
It's got to the point now where, like, because I think I was probably aware of Mysterio from Spider-Man before Rey Mysterio.
Oh, okay.
I think. But then years later, I couldn't remember the name of Mysterio because...
Ross is loving this.
Yeah, I
Part.
know.
Sorry.
I couldn't remember the name of Mysterio because Rey Mysterio is now so ubiquitous. I was like, what was that Spider-Man film? He can't have just been called Mysterio,
Right.
but he is. And
Yeah,
Rey didn't.
that would be
I-
ridiculous having a comic book character and the rest of the same. I mean, anyway, Lex Luger.
I-
The rumor for years that like Bruce Campbell was going to play either Mysterio or Kraven the Hunter in the next Spider-Man film.
really?
There was rumors for.
He doesn't look like Craven the Hunt. Anyway, sorry.
He'd be a great. Oh, I was thinking Steve Irwin. I think was going to be that until he passed away.
Rusev should be Craven the Hunter.
Oh, that'd be good.
Anyway, sorry. I don't want to hijack this talk about Spider-Man villains.
No, that'd be silly.
That's
Do it
Crikey!
I was literally about to say do it that for an accent. And on cue, Ross did an Aussie thing. Thank you, pal. So I think a lot of us were disappointed that we wouldn't get Andrade versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania after the huge feud. And it was weird that they announced Joe versus Rey, but I guess, yeah, everyone was right.
See,
saying,
I don't mind with the injury and obviously
Right.
the match having to be cut short because it made Joe like a monster. And I
Yep.
want to see that. I want to see
Yeah.
him world champion one day, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
So it worked.
Yep, so nothing else there.
All's well that ends well.
Yeah.
as Wallace used to say.
And then Roman Reigns defeated
And
Drew
Shakespeare.
McIntyre.
Huh?
Wait, is that a Shakespeare quote? Oh,
It's a
well,
play.
as well.
It's Shakespeare
God,
play.
it is. I know more about Wallace and Gromit than I do Shakespeare. Yeah, this was interesting to me.
Which
Because,
one was, sorry?
Reigns versus McIntyre.
All right.
Because I assumed that Roman Reigns, after defeating leukemia, that after they show the video package, which consisted of Drew McIntyre beating up Roman, then beating up Dean Ambrose, then beating up Roman again, that there was going to be this giant pop. I was going, yay! Go on, Ross.
I was on Twitter during this match. I know, a bad thing. But there was a Mexican wave going on in the top tier of the arena, and it stopped, and that's what people were booing at. They weren't booing at Roman.
Ah.
They were booing at the wave stopping.
At the exact time that Roman Reigns made his entrance.
It was.
I believe it.
I think it was halfway through the match where he caught the most. It was like Roman was like a close facial shot of him, and then
Yeah.
the boos rained in. But it was for a Mexican wave. I think it might have been Big Dave who tweeted that, or maybe Bryan Alvarez. Caraz, man.
I've attracted a lot of. At the time of recording, I'm getting hate on Twitter. 'Cause
That doesn't sound like you, Jack.
I called out Alvarez.
What do you say?
I just,
From one worker to another, Brian.
when I was getting ready today, I just stuck the Observer's review on of WrestleMania, and the first like few minutes are just all about Alvarez struggling to get an Uber back from the bloody stadium, and I was like, I don't want to hear this. But then I tweeted about it, and then everyone was jumping in, going like, "Well, he told you exactly where to skip to if you want." I was like, "All right, fair enough." So I tweeted like, "Okay, fair enough."
Do you remember the time we
Oh.
struggled to get home from WrestleMania 82?
I think Carlos and Eunice, very
Carlos
nice
and
people.
Eunice,
Shout
yeah.
out to Carlos and Eunice if they're still watching us. I don't know if they are, but
We had a hitchhike.
they give us a lift in their van. It was class.
Oh.
Oh,
Like, legit,
man.
I actually
God, the Uber situation
They
in
reckon
Arlington,
they were fans,
Texas
it's
was
great.
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But we're talking about I've just tweeted about why we shouldn't talk about mundane stuff like that, and now we are. Now we're doing exactly the same thing.
This is the content people want. But yeah, we had WrestleMania 33 to make this even more boring. We waited like an hour and a half afterwards just for.
We walked about 2 miles, I think, and then managed to get one.
Look.
So
But people were saying that on Twitter though, like people were saying like, well, it is New York, New Jersey area. There's loads of like public transport and coach and stuff you get for like. Someone's like, I think it was Frame Movement that said like, oh, you can get one like the coach back the area for $14. Don't pay $200 to a guy who's going, hey, I'm an Uber
I'm
now."
just gonna delete the tweets, lads. I'm sorry, right? Because I can't keep them up now.
On camera, you doing that?
Aye.
God, that's brave. Anyway, moving on to distract. Yeah, so this match happened, and I quickly realized just because people aren't necessarily willing to boo Roman Reigns now doesn't mean that people are going to cheer him. So I was like, all right, I was very surprised at that, and especially because Drew McIntyre just beat him up for about 10 minutes, and Drew looked great, and Roman Reigns just looked like.
I mean, again,
A
it was another
lad.
match with no real build, was it? I know it was Roman's big comeback WrestleMania, but the build was Drew going, "I'll fight you at WrestleMania,"
Yeah, yeah.
and he accepted and then beat him down. A few weeks,
There
and
was a
that
bit of I broke the shield and all
I
that sort of
guess,
stuff.
yeah.
And this one's for Dean. He said at one point. I don't know. Was he going for a dirty deeds?
He had the
Oh,
arm
I
too,
didn't know about that. Yeah.
Because he went this
He
one.
talks a bit too much now these days, I think, Big Drew.
He
I know it's
never shuts up.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's different, but it's a bit too much. He just says the same thing over and over again. You mean nothing to me?
Well, especially when he came out and was just like, hang on, why are these bagpipes got friggin' Emerald Isle on them? And you don't see all the Irish NYPD dudes playing him in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that much.
Irish, Scottish.
That's just the local NYPD
That's nice.
Irish core
They
group.
did him at a takeover once, didn't they? Because they had the miserable one there again last night. Do you remember the miserable one everyone laughed at for being miserable? At takeover that time. He was there last night again, looking miserable. With his drum.
I thought you were talking about, but all right. People are laughing at a poor guy playing the drum.
Yeah, there's just some guy. It was due. I forget which takeover it was. I think it was one against Andrade, maybe. But he had the same entrance.
Right.
And one of the people, the Irish police instrumental people. I'm dying here, Maffew. One of them looked miserable, and everyone went, "Ha, he looks miserable." And he was there again last night, and everyone was going, "Ha, he's still
It
miserable."
feels like you've told the story 10
I
times
know.
now.
I don't know why I'm explaining.
Why
it
don't
again.
you just
No,
go,
Ross,
yeah,
I
I
didn't
get
catch
it.
you the first
Why don't
time.
you
Go
go,
on.
yes, I understand now,
So
Ross.
who was miserable?
Oh, Matthew, man. Oh.
So yeah, Reigns won a
I
match.
am miserable. I'm so miserable.
Reigns won a match, and that kind of people are just happy. That was it, really.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on the lack of pop for Reigns?
Good, right result under the circumstances, but
Maybe it just came a bit too late in the show. I don't know.
Yep, it's also the possibility. Then we came on to Triple H versus
Oh.
Batista.
Yes. Yeah, this was the best. This was comedy match of the year,
Right?
It was so good.
You know, McCarthy's got everything right about the action, about the drama suspense. Now it's time for the comedy match.
the penny dropped me with Triple H last night because for years with these entrances, I thought he legitimately thinks he looks cool up there with the Terminators and whatnot and the tricycles and Stephanie on the back of one. But he's just taking the piss, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope so.
He knows what he's doing. He knows there's a budget there and he's going to spend it. And he's going to take the piss. I think it's fantastic. But the thing I was talking about before, which Michael Cole ruined, potentially Triple H's best entrance of all time, because the first thing you hear after time to play the game stops is Michael Cole going, "Hey guys, wasn't that so cool?"
Did he?
And as soon as he says that, the best entrance perhaps of Triple H's illustrious WrestleMania career of entrances is just not cool anymore, is it?
I'm going to listen to that again.
Yeah, I'm going
It's so forced and painful.
I think you said it too clear. Hey, guy. But yeah, I still defend the Terminator entrance.
Do you?
Because I wanted him to... He was on Holds Barred against Sting as well, so I wanted him to wrestle like that. Yeah. Bro, cyborg arm to give him more strength. So this was a No Holds Barred match because it was as funny and entertaining as No Holds Barred, the movie, starring Triple H and Zeus. Triple H and Zeus. I'm tired. Not crap like usually I'm just tired. And yeah, okay, so Triple H attempted to remove Batista's nose ring.
Attempted.
He got it.
He got it.
Yeah. But he went, no. You saw the referee giving him the
that's
ring. I mean,
old.
no, he didn't. Wrestling's real.
That's what wrestling's all about. That's the magic of wrestling. That.
But
I
it
love
didn't
that
matter
spot.
because all we got was a screenshot of Dave going,
Was the cameraman in the ring for that one? He must have been because they're like quite
right
simple,
in
wasn't
there.
it?
Yeah. I'm talking about that.
He tried to break his fingers
Yeah.
with a set of pliers.
And so Pete Dunne did the Will Ospreay tweet. That was good.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. We've got Batista trying to get in the ring after several years of not wrestling and
No.
even walking
I was
the
a
ring.
bit worried, mate, because it looked like he was starting to like faint on his way up the stairs, and obviously he went in and fell down and did a take two, which you'll now see on all the DVDs and network, presumably.
Right, because we were trying to watch WrestleMania beforehand to see if it was still in, and you couldn't watch it. So they're presumably like in the process of re-editing it,
Yeah.
and possibly the main event finish as well. But more on that later. Great. It was
great fun, me.
yeah,
Bit slow, but you know.
yeah.
But there was good. I liked the announce table spots, and I really liked Triple H's jump sledgehammer Superman punch thing. It was obviously something that he dreamed up
Right,
backstage.
that's
But
exactly
this is-
it.
I'm gonna look so cool, but he did look. It was good.
Like in his head, he's just like it was like zooming on Drax's face. Where's Triple H? Turns around slowly. Like, no! Oh, it's like a bolt of lightning in the background going off. Oh, so good. But yeah, it was nice of them to market it towards the GCW crowd that were in the area. So maybe Hornswoggle or Janelle will be in there next year. Or Jungle Boy.
Ric Flair helped him out as well. Nice to see.
Yes, with the two sledgehammers underneath.
Why did he pick up? Yeah, I didn't get that, but yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, just a stupid fun match. Baron Corbin, speaking of stupid match. No, actually, we're missing a bit, aren't we? Elias
Aye.
did a thing where he played with himself.
This was real. He really was playing all those instruments, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he seemed to be, yeah.
Whoa. So just the past few months, he's just.
I think this is a thing you have to do in WWE with the timing, because who was it a few weeks ago on Raw when it was when Michael Cole was interviewing Batista in Batista's chair in the office. That was pre-recorded, or meant to be, the week before it was aired. So Michael Cole was interacting with something that was pre-recorded and had to time everything perfectly. So maybe that's just something you have to do.
No, I thought Jack meant that he had to learn to play the instrument.
Right.
I just meant, yeah, I was impressed. I was like, he's better at the guitar now as well. I was like, what's going on?
Was making the acoustic sound electric a thing, or is that just what it sounds like?
I think he must have had some sort of pedal or something backstage. I don't know.
He's got the edges.
I've played an acoustic through an amp before that's made it. It works. That's how it works. It's
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
And one thing was obviously Xavier Woods got his professormanship, whatever you call it, degree, when he was
Doctorate.
wrestling and one of them. When he was wrestling for NXT. So yeah, likes in his spare time, likes to learn even more instruments so he can play with himself.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You've done that joke twice now, and neither time have we gone.
Ross coughed over the first time. So
right,
he played with himself and he looked miserable playing the drums. And then out of nowhere, the lake of rejuvenation got spilled, and John Cena, World Life.
It's because he's the Babe Ruth of WWE.
I didn't get that. They played the clip of Babe Ruth, and because Babe Ruth's famous, because even I know this, not being a baseball fan, like Babe Ruth pointed at where he was
called
gonna,
his shot.
Yeah, he called his shot.
Yeah.
So I thought they were gonna like superimpose the WrestleMania sign or something. They pointed it. It was just like Babe Ruth. I'm like, all right, is he? Well, he's not gonna make an appearance now because he's been dead for about 40 years. And then Cena came out.
I only got that because I watched WrestleMania X8's intro just before WrestleMania last night, and Hogan's like, "I'm the Babe Ruth of WWE" or whatever. So I was like, "Oh, that's what he's going for."
But have you noticed? Did you
racist?
See the joke that everyone told on Twitter, which is like, you, like the Red Sox, have become the New York Yankees. Punk was right. He's become the Yankees. Punk said that to him once.
You've become everything you hate.
Punk was ripping Cena apart for not being.
No, I heard you. I'm just like, yeah, sport, cool.
What?
I know.
You don't
I know
need to
the
know
team
about.
names.
You don't need to really know about. Punk said in that
No,
promo.
I get you.
Well, you acted like you.
I'm sorry. Oh, good point, Jack. I love you.
No, that's not what I want.
Would you like a hug?
Give me what I want.
Okay?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm sweaty.
Oh, you got you out. No wonder you're so annoyed.
I'm actually not. You sold that as if I was.
Oh God, it just keeps on coming out. Oh.
Okay.
But Cena World Life, that the whole look, and this must be like watching the gimmick battle royal from WrestleMania X7, because all the people watching wrestling for the last 5 years, like, sorry, what? What's happened?
Yeah.
That's a midlife crisis, son.
And he went, yeah, that was Triple H now. But yeah, I mean, if Triple H can come out and do like 2 words for you and get away with it, then Cena could come out and talk about the New York Yankees and nuts.
I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is a heel turn." It wasn't a heel turn.
No, he said the word specifically heel turn in the thing.
But it's not a heel turn.
How bad would it be if a wrestler came out and goes, "I'm turning heel now," and actually
He did it a few years ago, didn't he? And he just turned his heel in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he didn't turn heel, so it's because he made reference to it lots of times.
Elias is the heel, though, isn't he? Somehow, some way.
No, we like him when he's being a dick, but then when he's not a dick, we don't like.
Elias turned heel. Elias turned heel when he was in the thing with Jeff Jarrett. That's when he last turned heel. So he is heel now.
Oh, because he was good before then,
He
wasn't
was good before.
awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, just don't think about it. Yeah, Cena came out, did his stuff. Very funny lines. Made everyone around go, "Oh!" with the crowd. So, yeah.
F you.
Yeah.
Rather than the attitude. Although Michael Cole didn't call it the F you. He went, "This is now known as the attitude adjustment, but it used to be known as the F you." But I was like, no.
Hey, guys, this is so cool.
I need to go back and listen to that.
That Tubman out there timed it. I think he said there's 1 minute and 10 seconds of silence after Michael Cole says that after Triple H happens. Nobody on commentary says a word. Even Tubman's lied to me there, or, you know. It's at Dick Tubbs on Twitter if you have any complaints. Stone Cold follows him, so you can take it.
That's sound quality. And then Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle.
I can't believe they did it.
No.
I know it's time-honored tradition of wrestling to lose your last match, but there's a better way to do it than that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they had Cena ready for 2 things. So, all right, Cena lad. If the crowd...
Cena lad.
All right, yeah, that's what he said. I was there.
Hey, buddy, lad.
My sources don't listen. Lie to me. Oh, God. Getting words mixed up now. I'm not tired. He went, all right, look, if they play ball and they cheer Roman Reigns, like good little Pavlovian dogs, then you can come out for the angle match. If they boo Reigns, then they're going to get Baron Corbin and like it. So
That's a very cynical way to look at it, is it not?
well, that's what I do. So yeah, we had Baron Corbin beating Kurt Angle, and look, Baron Corbin is somebody who's going to get booed no matter what he does.
Yeah.
So I think makes sense if they're going to do stuff with him. It was not a good match. It was all about getting Angle out of the way.
It was better than some of his more recent TV matches, Angles.
Yeah. Angle didn't, apart from the moonsault, which made me heart skip a beat.
Nice to see it, though.
Yeah.
But
one last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, okay, can we get Angle out of the wrestling business while he can still walk? It's not fun anymore. It's very depressing. And yeah, okay. And then Baron Corbin gets a chance to gloat about it. Okay.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it. I guess when you look at the card in the grand scheme of things, we had lots of nice moments that we wanted to see. So this was one.
Yeah.
You have to give and take in this sort of situation, don't you? But where was Jason Jordan? That's the question
Right.
on the nation's lips.
Yes.
Every single child was there, all 9 of them or whatever.
Yeah, don't be bashful, lazy. Oh, they're all there.
But no Jason Jordan. Disgusting.
Well, he's still injured now with a broken heart.
Oh,
And then we had Finn Balor defeated Bobby Lashley.
this match.
Oh, sorry, the Demon versus Bobber.
The more demon.
We got a bit
Demony.
rabid at this point because after Joe and Rey Mysterio, we wanted this to be even. We were like, right, let's get another squash out of the way. Come on, let's do
Right.
it. And then when Lashley hit his first move, it was like, oh man, it's a match. But it didn't actually last that long at all.
Yeah.
But Bobby Lashley looks scarier than the demon.
Yeah.
think?
With his eyes, aye. He had his little contacts in.
in the green.
Terrifying.
I thought it was funny that Balor came with the Warrior crest on him, considering he also sells LGBT-related merch. Because we know that if Warrior love one thing, it's the gays.
Nice shirt you're wearing there,
Oh,
Maffew.
it's great. mate, I've been kissing
Get it.
people all weekend wearing this and looking down at the shirt, and all the little Warrior heads go no. So that happened. Yeah, Lashley looked way more impressive than the other one. God,
Finn Balor.
Finn Balor. Look, away.
The other one.
I'm tired.
all right.
We're all worn out here. Let's just help each other.
We're nearly at the end. We can do this.
Yeah, come on. Let's make it to the finish. Like a marathon, just crawling along.
Triple H and Batista.
Yeah, 1 minute into Batista versus Triple H. Yeah, it should be a mega squash. Was just half a squash, really. So, okay. Balor got a very impressive powerbomb on
Yes.
Bobby Lashley.
He did what we've been asking, to change his moveset very slightly as the Demon. Not as much as I'd like to have seen, but, yeah.
Which is nice. He got the title back, yay. But will he do what happened last time, which was when he squashed Baron Corbin after months of having horrible Raw matches, where Lashley will just wait for the demon powers to wear off and just beat up Finn Balor on Raw.
Probably.
Yeah. And this leads us to the finish line. This is it. The 9-second dance with R-Truth and Carmella. Oh, sorry.
I forgot about
And
that.
then, seriously, Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, arrived to the arena in a helicopter.
That was cool.
Shades of his dad.
I
His
don't
dad.
want to be told.
His dad,
Leave me alone.
Maffew.
Leave me alone. Her dad.
I
also,
was saying this before. I don't get why she keeps doing these like little nudges to Rick when she goes like, "I don't want to be considered his daughter. I want to be on my own. Do your own stuff." then."
if then Vince McMahon says you're doing this, he goes, all right.
No, fair enough then.
It was still cool.
It was a nice moment, yeah. I like the throwback, but when she goes around saying that, it's like, why'd you do it then?
Yeah, land outside. She had to walk in the arena, and she must have been bleeding freezing. And then we got Joan Jett
She was good.
and the Black Heart.
60 years old is Joan.
Never.
Doesn't look a day over 20, does she?
Don't give a damn about a good reputation. Woof. And then we had Becky Lynch with a lovely set of hair.
Yeah, she had full 80s for this.
Gosh, I'm proper like a Jerry Lawler here.
No.
Don't
As
the,
if
don't
he
the
would-
women look lovely?
As if he would say that.
He wouldn't go ahead.
What a lovely hairstyle on that young lady.
Yeah. But they all look good. Like they look like main eventers.
Yeah, they
Special
look,
entrances
it
is
looked
the
like
point
a
I'm trying to
proper
make
moment.
horribly.
Yeah.
But she didn't come out dressed as Mad Max or anything
Yeah.
like that. She, she wasn't ready for business. And this is it. Women headlining. And, oh, go on, Jack.
Well,
Take it away.
it felt really big, right? It did feel big, but then the crowd weren't away. Like, they were so tired after so much wrestling
Yeah.
that they were just like, we can't have one more big moment. We haven't got it in us.
I think it was like 7 hours, 5 minutes by the time the bell rang to start the match, including the kickoff show.
Also, you could say, though, if it's a three-way, the audiences could be split behind it rather than having a singles
I don't
match.
think they were split though.
I'm trying to defend this match.
Oh right, sorry. No, I didn't think it was a bad match. I thought it was just hampered by things that weren't really anyone's fault in the match, like Cole's voice, for example. That took away from it a bit because it was distracting and he lost his voice.
Yeah.
Probably from shouting about how cool Triple H's entrance was earlier on.
Yeah, because JBL punched him in the throat after he said that. Yeah, they wrestled. Shut off! It wasn't cool. That's some nice sequences going on. It was tense. The arm bars, the triple power bombs on Ronda. The insane moment when Charlotte Flair had her with the arm bar outside the ring.
Oh, God.
And then Becky drop kicked her, and she just went flying right in her head and neck. I'm like, well, how else was that supposed to go? She pulled an Ali.
Yeah.
Bless her. But all right. We had a table that didn't break, so I was doing the Wade Barrett
in
dance.
the main event of WrestleMania.
I mean, yes. And then
Well, one hell of a line from Ronda though, saying "tables off for bitches, tables off for bitches."
and this match
WrestleMania
went
35.
and this
tables
match
of a bitches.
went 21 minutes 30 seconds according to Wikipedia, and it still felt like the finish was abrupt.
Oh God,
It
yeah.
still felt like it should have gone on for just a bit longer.
I saw some conspiracy theories that wasn't meant to be the finish.
Because Ronda went for it's not quite a Samoan drop. It's not
Piper's
quite an angle
Pit.
slam.
Piper's Pit,
I'm not calling it that.
judo throw.
I'm calling that. Yeah, okay. The barbershop window, And then rolled up in a crucifix. 1, Ronda shoulders up, went back down. 2, 3.
Two. She's won. Yeah. It was
Yeah, and then they
awkward.
showed the replay of it, and they just cut to the bit where Ronda's shoulders were down. Even the commentators were like, "Well, you can't really see it from that angle," so it's like,
Yeah.
And then Ronda gets up, it's like, "No, what?" So it's like, "Oh, okay, is this supposed to look like this? Was it not?" But at this point, I didn't care. I was just happy that it was our Becky won, which means that we were all wrong. We all got played like fiddles. All 3 goodies won the big titles.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen our predictions contest, mate?
I know that you're the champion.
I predicted all 3, but I did that. I was playing the percentages. Is that Mr. Burns? Is that what he says? When does he say that?
Was that Mr. Burns?
It's in.
I thought you were
that's
Irish.
Mr. Burns.
Football
no.
commentators.
No, it's when he it's when he puts Homer into bat because he's left-handed or whatever. He's
Oh,
right-handed. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm playing the percentages. Yeah.
Oh, that was Mr.
Thank you.
Mr. Burns.
Thank you.
It's falling apart.
Yeah, I probably went for that.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I'll be wanting to watch Raw to see how they play with
Well,
this.
they're going to reference it now, aren't they? They can't not.
What, the finish of the main event of WrestleMania?
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't intentional though, because it
Or-
just takes away from a moment. doesn't
All
it?
they need to do is just have a rematch tomorrow. Tonight, at the time of recording. I don't know when this is going out.
They
yeah.
should be going up before Raw.
Excellent.
hopefully.
They need to have a match.
This will
in
be
like an hour or
edited
two.
live. We've got to get in before everybody else has their opinions.
I think they just need to sort it this week. This week, if they sort it, cool.
So, any overall opinions you want to share about WrestleMania?
I thought it was one of the. Sorry, you go.
No,
first.
go on.
I thought it was one of the better WrestleManias of all time. Not quite near the top, but sort of in that second. Not like Ronaldo and Messi, like Gareth Bale, Luka Modric level.
Nice.
I
Nice.
thought it was one about the moments more than like it was a bloody slog, wasn't it? But it was a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice moments that we wanted. which
Yeah.
We don't always get, so good.
I think it was the first half to like 2/3 of it were really paced well with a mixture of like short matches and long matches and stuff. And then it was just too long towards the end. But I'm going to say in recent years, it was probably better than everything apart from, the best one since 30 and 31. Not as good as 30 and 31, but
Yeah.
as Ross said.
I'd agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm very biased towards 33 because I was there, but this one felt just as good, but I wasn't there.
Right.
And the fact that I was awake for it, I did not collapse like I
Yeah.
did last year, means it's way better than last year's.
Yeah.
Screw you, 2018. Right, that's all for this WrestleMania edition of the Cultaholic Video Podcast. Thank you very much for watching. We have lots in the pipeline this week. As you can imagine, we're probably a bit busy, right? So, Ross, what have we got?
WTF for all the shows. Live stream with me and Sam after during SmackDown on Tuesday night. Podcast will be out on Friday as normal, but without a WrestleMania section because we've done it now.
Even at the start of that podcast, we're probably going to remind you, like, if you want to watch go and check out this one. We'll direct you back to this video.
Nah, we'll just say, you want to watch WrestleMania? And we'll go, WrestleMania was this week. And apart from that, we've got...
Graded is also going to be happening on all the videos and that. And also, me and Pacitti are doing the Raw stream live. So you've got a Raw live stream with me and Pacitti, SmackDown with Ross and Sam, and then we're all going to just go to bed.
right.
Not together, separately,
Oh,
to our
nah,
own bed.
You've said it now. People will be writing the fanfics.
That's what you think.
That's right. And I will be...
Oh, we didn't mention Kevin Nash
Oh, and Scott
getting
Hall.
turned on by a prostate exam.
Yeah.
Shall we start with the prostate exam?
Oh, are you guys hurt? It's okay. We have doctors here in WWE. How
7
dare
foot
you,
doctor.
John Oliver, disprove our theory of a poor medical team? We have Razor Ramon and Diesel. You couldn't draw money, but he can pull you. No, never mind.
What are you doing, Maffew?
Anyway, I have a run-in with the OSW crew this weekend. That will hopefully involve lots of booze and beer like last time.
A winner is you.
Yeah. And then probably Botchmania will happen soon. I'm already getting comments going, where's the WrestleMania video? I'm like, yeah. Oh, no pop there. That's fine, as usually expected from Maffew. But Ross, where's your Twitter?
At Ross on Wrestling.
At Jack the Jobber.
At Maffew Greg.
Lovely.
At Cultaholic.
Join
Thank
us.
you very much.
Join
And get some sleep.
And get
And
some
then
sleep.
after you've had some that and some tea and a shower, join us.
Join us. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter at Cultaholic, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe, and don't forget, join us